Prehistoric Planet Tarbosaurus is the best Tarbosaurus design of all time, and it's the most accurate reconstruction of one. I say the best and most accurate because there's no competition. Every other Tarbosaurus design sucks. I guess the ones that somewhat come close are the amazing Dino World Tarbosaurus and Jurassic World's Tarbosaurus, and even then they still have multiple problems. So in this video, I'll be pointing out all the good and bad stuff about the Prehistoric Planet Tarbosaurus. And to absolutely no one's surprise, there is like only 2 things that are bad with this design, and even then they're very minor. Alright, these inaccuracies are just little nitpicks. Now the first nitpick I have is the head looks to be a little shrink wrapped. I could be wrong, but from some angles of the head, it looks like the fenestrae is very noticeable from the head. I don't know why, but to me the arms seem too long. Tarbosaurus had shorter arms than T-Rex, but in Prehistoric Planet, the arms seem to be at least the same size as the T-Rex's arms. This could just be on player perspective, but yeah, this is just a little nitpick from me. Now this is the same nitpick I had with the T-Rex, but I kind of wish the Tarbosaurus was a little bit more fluffier. Kind of like this image right here. Alright, now that we're done with all the negatives, let's move on to the positives. The first positive we're going to work on is the face of the Tarbosaurus. The Tarbosaurus has added lips, which is accurate since most to all theropods would have had lips so they could protect their teeth from bacteria. The skull of the Tarbosaurus is long and thin because one of the main differences between Tarbosaurus and T-Rex is the fact that Tarbosaurus had a longer skull than T-Rex. It wasn't as long as, say, the Pinocchio Rex, but the Tarbosaurus' skull was significantly longer and thinner than the T-Rex. I'm so glad it isn't just a T-Rex copycat like Speckles the Tarbosaurus. It also has its eyes facing on the front of its head, which is accurate, as Tyrannosaurs, like most theropods, had really good vision. In the documentary, Tarbosaurus is seen living in a large family unit, made up of at least 5 Tarbosauruses. Now there is actual evidence of Tyrannosaurids living in family units. Several Albertosauruses made up of different ages have been found together, and I'm going to let Trey the Explainer explain this one.
The idea of Tyrannosaurs hunting in family groups actually might be very accurate. A fossilized track discovered in Canada in 2014 may have confirmed this. 3 separate Tyrannosaurus rexes were discovered traveling in the same southeastern direction alongside each other.
It is pretty cool for once that the Tarbosaurus, for once, actually doesn't try to kill anything and instead just shoos away a Velociraptor. It ate something really large, so of course it isn't in the mood of eating anything. It's already full. I really love the Tarbosaurus' pattern. I like the red color and all the yellow spots. This looks so awesome. Aside from Walking with Dinosaurs Tarbosaurus and Camp Cretaceous Tarbosaurus, this Tarbosaurus has the best pattern out of all Tarbosaurus reconstructions. The crests above the Tarbosaurus eyes look very unique. They're kind of flat and facing in a weird position. They're pretty similar to the crest of the T-Rex, but not too much. Personally, I feel like they should be rounder, but honestly, they look unique. In a good way. The hands are in the correct hand position, the inwards clapping hand position, has the correct number of fingers, that being 2 fingers, and for bonus points, one of the fingers is longer than the other. The Tarbosaurus is seen to be pretty stocky, which is likely the case, as large theropods like T-Rex were very large and stocky animals. Interestingly, it's actually a little bit thinner than the T-Rex. And if you compare the 2 photos, you can see how the T-Rex is much more stocky and fatter, and the Tarbosaurus, while still being stocky, is still a little bit thin. Well, that was everything good and bad about the Prehistoric Planet Tarbosaurus. If I missed anything, tell me in the comments below. Anyways, that's all for this video. Alright then, goodbye.